So if it's necessary that there's a protracted plan, or there was a protracted plan that had many stages, and one of them initially stages is to crack off protests in Iran, then that is not then how is it possible at the same time uh, for Trump to be in Netanyahu's pocket? And people will point to, and it kind of makes sense, to what do Israel give us, or what do they do for us? We give them and do for them. What is the reason? And then it seems like, okay, yeah, I mean, we're like, for some reason, like, okay, Netanyahu is like the secret power, the hidden hand, and he's like got Trump in his pocket. It's like there might be a protracted plan where, like, it's the honeypot, like, and their plan is not to just tell Trump, yo, do what we say and we run this, and you'll take, from us, we'll drag you in to whatever we want to drag you into, because they couldn't do that, but instead, like, and they cracked off the protests, and then somebody like me who doesn't really know any, like, thing about Iran, was, and only knows that they've been an enemy for so long, and they're terrorist proxies, and why can't there be peace in the Middle East and everything? And they're like, you know what I mean? Like the Shiites and Sunnis, and that's all I know, right? And then you find out that, Persians don't, they don't want an Arabic religion, and they're not. They have a different kind of Islam. It's Islamic, but it's a different type of Islam. And some Islamists don't want to recognize Persian culture, Ottoman architecture, Islamic. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to acknowledge it's this. Even there's something similar to like Islam. There was like Timor, and Genghis Khan in Timor. But I mean, there's like, it goes into pagan, and like even Vikings had pagan symbols that later show up, and then Vlad, Romanian, like, he combined, Christian and astral plane iconography to make, him like, and he's Christian. It's not that Vikings were ever Islamic. Some of them were Christian. Okay, so anyway, back to when you hear that they were, protesting and wanted the return of their Persian king, and you kind of think they're the majority. And well, you'd be like, oh shit, like, that would be slick if, like, if they're gonna end up like Canada or something, and be like our allies or something, and you know what I mean, like, maybe there could be a time of peace that's coming for that area, and it's just like, shit, maybe we should help them. Like, maybe we should help them, depose the Ayatollah or something. But, and then, like, okay, now it's like, oh man, you got tricked again. You know what I mean? WMD and everything, you tricked again. There ain't that many of those people. Those are only the, like, in Tehran, like, those are the only, like, they're like, they're trying to say, like, they're the leftists, like, they're the like, the those are just kind of like leftist college students that only live in Tehran. They don't represent the majority. And then it's like by that time, already they engaged their next stage in the seeming honeypot, where they don't tell they're hidden hand. They don't tell the leader, do as we want you to do, like do as I want you to do, like listen to me. Like they are like almost like a vassal, and like it's suspicious because Israel was a vassal state in Egypt. Contrary to beliefs, they weren't slaves. They were highly they were the most, like they were the best militaries in the ancient world. Their sword was the most efficient, like crafted and everything. It was like the best kind of sword, like that proof that they had experience with like fast, light, uh, actions, and like they were just, that's why Egypt imported them, because their industry was something like encoding, or like they were like alphabetizing languages and making them making them able to be written down. And it's like almost like, how you get Templars, and like from Egypt you get masonry and shit. It's because they were doing the same thing. It's like there's something about that they it's like a certain power that you get from recognition, that implies that a mosque, temple, and a cathedral, all built by the same mausoleum builders, mausoleums, temples, altars, like anything that has to do with like granite and I don't know, limestone, like whatever, like huge stones that they built like certain buildings out of. And they can get repurposed, like symbols can be repurposed. They eventually do, because the energy is like archetypal energy going in and out with no resistivity, like Simons and ohms and an electromagnet. It's kind of like everything in that category seems to go to the same place, and people try to generate or try to use power too. So it's like talking about power is supposed to be transformative, or like talking about transformation. You have to bring in some inference to the power and what that is. So the people that are supposed to be expert about it, and the people that are just out here talking about it, like the beast knows what's coming before the elect. So even some of the elect get tricked, because the manipulation is so strong, and even some of God's elect get deceived. And so it's not about like whether I'm leaning towards or something, the honeypot thing, or whether or not anti-Semitism is even a thing. I always come up with another explanation than racism anyways, because that is a Swiss Army knife of words, like a flim-flam English word that was invented by, and so you want to get to use the same words that the person that's inventing them is like antithesis of your directive, like where your destination, like there's no business talking to them, because they don't have the same destination. If you know your destination, then you know the cutoff. You just do it moving. It's not trying to own and get their goat, or prove them wrong, or convince them, or make them change sides, or entertaining debates and stuff. So some of intellectuals that think debates are lame have a point, and then some that try to rebuild the forum for open, what's it called, open what's it called, for open forum debates or something are good too. It's just like working on anti-encryption software versus working on like the quantum processor that's or the like that's going to or the AI that's going to figure out how to crack the encryption. It's like and you could be working for different companies doing different things like that and still be friends and still have trade secrets. But I mean, there's like you know, because it's like all it goes all back to the same, like everybody who's anybody and is going to be talking on this platform, so they all know each other again, you know. But it's like Silicon Valley, you have to be a nerd and a gangster to get to, you know, you have to be a nerd and a gangster.